Good morning, student. So in previous class we solved the exercise 1.4. Now the exercise 1.5. The exercise 1.5 is all about the operation on a real numbers. That means rational and irrational both. That how can we add, subtract, multiply, or rationalize the number, or can we represent the irrational number on a number line. So first question. Classify the following as rational or irrational. There are the 5 numbers are given. You have to identify which one is rational number and which one is a rational number. So if we talk about, if we add, subtract, multiply or divide a rational number with another rational or irrational number, the result or product may be a rational and irrational. If one irrational number eliminates second one, then you may get a rational number. Otherwise, you may get if first one is eliminates second one, then you will get a rational. Otherwise, you will get a irrational number. Yeah, the few example. Let's see what is the answer. First one, 2 minus root 5. As we know, the root 5 is a irrational number because it cannot be defined in form of p by q, and the decimal expansion of irrational is non-terminating and non-recurring. So if we subtract a root 5 from a 2, we will get a non-terminating and non-recurring value. That's why it will be a irrational number. You want to write a reason, you can. Value is non-terminating and non-recurring. Okay. Next one. 3 plus root 23 minus root 23. So first of all, we have to remove the bracket. 3 plus root 23 and minus root 23. Suppose there is no 3, then root 23 minus root 23, you will get a 0. Like you have a 5 rupee. You purchase an article of 5 rupees, how much amount you left? 0. So here root 23 minus root 23 will be a 0. So you will get only 3. And 3 is a, you can say that natural number, whole number, integer or rational number. In rational number, that means in denominator there is a 1. That means 3 by 1. Okay. So that is a rational number. Next one, 2 root 7 divided by 7 root 7. Again, we talk about this one, 2 root 7 and 7 root 7. So again, root 7 and root 7 eliminated, same like the previous one, root 23 and root 23. So here you will get only 2 by 7, and 2 by 7 is already given in form of p by q. P by q means the number which can be defined in form of p by q is known as rational number. So it is also a rational number. Next one, root 2. So as we know, root value of root 2 is non-terminating and non-recurring. So value of 1 by root 2 will be also non-terminating and non-recurring. So it is a irrational again. We will write a complete line. And last one, 2 pi. The value of pi is 3.14. So if you multiply, you will get a 6. It is a non-terminating. So you will get a 6.28 and continue. Also a non-terminating and non-recurring value. So it is again a irrational number. You can write that line over here and here. Okay. So that's the solution for the question number 1. Okay. So question number 2. Simplify each of the following expressions. The 4 questions are given. I am going to solve first and last. You have to solve all in your notebook. First one. If there is any property you can apply, then you can. Otherwise, you have to just multiply simply. So first one, there is no property is applicable. So first of all, you have to multiply 3 with the complete bracket. So 3 multiplied with the second bracket, 2 plus 2 root 2. Then next one, root 3 is given sign of addition, that's why we put a sign here, plus 2 plus root 2. Okay, 3 multiplied with that bracket and then root 3 multiplied with that bracket. So now we have to solve. 3 multiplied with 2. First of all 3 multiplied with 2 and then 3 multiplied with root 2. So 3 multiplied with 2 6 and 3 multiplied with 2 3 root 2. And next one same as it is, root 3 multiplied with 2 and root 3 multiplied with root 2. So you will get a 2 root 3 and here root 3 and root 2, you will get a root 6. Okay, so here you are getting an answer 6 plus 2 root 2 plus 2 root 3 plus root 6. And next one, when both the part are same, just the sign is different, or either both are same or both are different. You can see root 5, root 2 and root 2. One is positive and one is negative. We already know a plus b and a minus b. Okay, it may be here and it may be here. Then it will equal to a square minus b square. If we don't know the properties, then even you can simply multiply, you will get the same answer. A multiplied with a square. A multiplied with b, a and b. B multiplied with a minus, that's why you get a minus ab. And b multiplied with b, you will get a b square. Minus ab and plus ab cut. So here you will get only a square and b square like this one. Okay. So we are going to use that property. That means a square of first number and square of a second number. So first number is root 5. You have to make a square. And second one is root 2. Again make a square. So root 5 multiplied with root 5, the power 2 means root 5 multiplied with root 5. The value of root is, that means the power is half. So 5 to the power half and 5 to the power half. We already know when bases are same, then we can add the power. Half plus half, you will get a 1. So that means if you multiply root 5 and root 5, or root 5 to the power 2, you will get a 5 only. Same as it is here, root 2 multiplied with root 2, you will get a 2 here. So 5 minus 2, you will get a 3 as an answer. Okay. So try to solve all the 4 questions in your notebook. Next question is, I am writing short, that pi is defined in ratio. The pi is equal to c by d, where c is circumference and d is diameter. But we know that a pi is an irrational number which cannot be defined in form of p by q or in form of ratio. Then it is contradict. That here you are defining in form of p by q or c by d, but in one side you said that a pi is an irrational number. So if we talk about the explanation, contradict because whenever we measure a length of any line segment or the circumference, it's just approximate value. So what is the exact value of C and D? We didn't know. Even this one, what is the value of pi? 22 by 7. 22 by 7. So here pi is also defined in form of P by Q. 22 by 7 is also a form of P by Q. But if you find the decimal expansion, you will get a non-terminating and non-recurring value. So even you can define the pi in form of P by Q or C by D, or even you can, if you want, but if you write a decimal expansion of that pi, you will get a 3.14 and so on, a non-terminating and non-recurring value. So it not contradict, it's a rational number, but still sometimes you can define in form of 22 by 7 or P by Q, because these are just are approximate value, not a exact value. Okay, so you can write in your language. Okay, so the next question is, you have to represent root 9.3 on a number line. It's just like a previous one, a little bit different. So first of all, you have to draw the line 9.3 unit. It will be a good, instead of unit, we will just go by the centimeter, because decimal and then unit, you have to, it will be a very difficult to change. So suppose it is a length of a 9.3. Suppose it is A and it is a B. 9.3 centimeter, or even you can write unit. So first of all, you have to write a line segment AB 9.3 unit or 9.3 centimeter. Now you have to take one more unit or one more centimeter. Just start with a B. So let's take, suppose there is a 1 unit. So suppose take it is a C. Now we have to take a midpoint of A and C. The midpoint of A and C, you can use a scale, or it will be a good if you just bisect that line segment and then get a midpoint. For bisect, you have to take a point A and cut an arc above and downside, and then from a C above and downside. If you join both the part here to here you get a midpoint. Suppose there is a midpoint of A and C. Name of that point is O. Okay. Now you have to take a O as a center. O as a center using a protractor, and draw a semicircle. Right now I don't have a, that's why. Suppose you put your iron point on the point O, and then you have to draw a semicircle. So put your protractor point on here, and then you have to draw the semicircle. So that is your semicircle. Now you have to draw a perpendicular on a point B. Point perpendicular means the angle should be in 90 degree. So how to draw 90 degree? Let's see. There is a point, suppose in that point you have to draw the 90 degree. First of all you draw the semicircle. From here you will draw one arc. It is 60. From here you will draw one more arc. You will get a 120. From now, one from 60 and one from 120. If you join that from the starting point, you will get a 90 degrees. So same as it is, you have to draw the on the point B. So put a point on a B and draw an arc. And now it's your choice that how much length you take, or even you can use your compass. We wish. Okay. Suppose this is your semicircle. From starting it is 60. From here to here it is 120. From 60 to 1 here, and from 120 to here. Now you have to join that point with the B. You will get a 90. So now that is your root 9.3. You can join that line with the O. I done just hand O. So if you have any problem, you can ask again. Next time I will draw with the protractor. Okay, so that's how you can represent any number, any rational number on the number line. Okay, so thanks for today. Solve all the question in your notebook and send me